Hey everybody, it's Coach Jason. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy and Merry, whatever you celebrate. I hope you're having a good time with your loved ones, and family, and friends. Today's video, I want to talk about a middle distance training program. So I'm going to put out a 15 weeks, and since we're in winter/indoor track now, which is the longest season, I'm going to put forth a 15-week training program that's basically geared towards a half-miler, but for 800-meter runners who also drop down to the 400 and move up to the mile. So it's strength-based, and it's got a speed component to it as well. Now, if you want more advanced workouts and additional options, just put it in the comments down below, and I will put out some more advanced workouts and stuff that you could push in and out. Or filter in and out of a training program. But this is something you can use as a guide or a template for a middle distance training program. Again, it's going to be 15 weeks long, and it's essentially broken down into blocks of 3 weeks and 5 weeks and so on for periodization purposes, so that you have time, whether it's you or your athletes, to adapt to a certain training stimulus. But you'll also notice a lot of consistency without this training program as well. Again, if you want some options for 400-meter workouts, let me know. I also already have, if you go to my channel, I also have 800 and 1500 meter /mile workout options on there as well, multiple options. And if you're new to this channel and you happen to be a runner or a coach and you like running content, you want to learn about training programs and get other ideas, this channel's for you, so please click that subscribe button. If you're a runner or a coach that has your own channel as well, please put it in the comments down below after you subscribe, and I'll make sure to mention your channel on my next couple of videos so that people know about you as well. It's my way of saying thank you. And if you find this content valuable, please click the thumbs up. And again, if you're new to this channel, if you see my other videos and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. And if you haven't, or if you're not, still not convinced, please let me know in the comments down below. I want to know whatever I can do to make this channel better. But my goal is to have the most comprehensive and detailed training programs from basically the 400 or the half mile all the way up to the marathon. And I do have already training programs for every level, beginner to advanced, for the marathon, half marathon, 10K, and 5K, broken down by day, by week, by month, and by season on this channel. It's in my videos. I also have hill running options. I've got threshold workout training options. I've got what else do I have? I have a video on a 1 mile time trial, which helps you set or helps you determine your fitness for 3K and 5K and 800 and 400. And then I have another video that talks about how to set the appropriate training paces based on either a 1 mile time trial or a recent race, so that you at least know that you and your athletes are training in the appropriate zone. Because the last thing you want to do is be training way ahead of yourself when trying to hang on for dear life with people who are a little bit faster than you, or vice versa, because the recovery will not be the same for you and for them. So it's something to keep in mind. Training at the appropriate training ranges based on a current fitness is the best way to kind of keep progressing forward and advancing your fitness and your performance. So just as an FYI. So let's get to the program, okay? All right. Week 1, we'll go through the whole thing. Week 1, and you'll see some consistencies. Monday's always going to be an easy day. I have it set up so that you're essentially racing every other week here. But since the races are a bit shorter, you can race a little bit more frequently. So, but again, this is just so that plug-in training. This is just to fit into training around races, so you see how it's all broken down. Okay. So, and you'll see a consistent, easy day on Monday of 5 to 6 miles. So Monday, 5 to 6 miles, and you'll see strength and core work. On a non-racing week, strength and core work will be Monday and Thursday. On a week where there's a race, which is pretty much every other on the even number week, you'll see strength and core on Mondays and Wednesdays. So you have a little extra recovery after the second strength day. All right, so back to this. Tuesday, warm-up of 1.5 to 2 miles. D/S, which is drills and strides. Okay. 800-meter up-tempo, which is a brisk 800-meter effort. Not all out, just at a slight tempo pace to get the heart rate elevated so that you're going into the workout where your body's warmed up and your heart rate's elevated. It helps you get a little bit more of a quality workout. And then a 10 by 200 meters with a 90-second recovery at approximately your current 800-meter pace. Okay. And this is a workout that you could also repeat every 3 weeks or so and progress towards goal pace. You do a couple towards goal pace. And if you want more ideas on how to progress workouts for the half mile or the mile, just let me know, and I'll put out some more workouts for you. Cool down at 1.5 to 2 miles. Wednesday, 7, 8 miles, easy rolling, 5 by 50 meter strides. Thursday, a brisk 6 mile effort, slightly faster than your steady pace. Again, if you go to the 1 mile time trial video, and I'll put it in the description down below, and a bunch of other training videos as well, you will see exactly how to set your training paces up for easy, long run, steady, tempo, threshold, and so on. You'll know exactly how to do it. Okay. Strength and core on Thursday. Friday, a warm-up of 1.5 to 2 miles. And a warm-up, it varies based on your athletes or you, but 1.5 to 2 miles is generally a ballpark. Drills and strides, and then 2 by 200 meter efforts with a jog equal recovery at tempo pace, whichever your appropriate tempo pace is at this particular time. Okay, and then you're going to do 4 by 1,000 meter efforts with a 3-minute recovery. All right, at essentially 5K pace, working your way down to 3K pace eventually if you repeat this workout. 3-minute recovery, then 3 by 150 meter efforts with a walk equal recovery with a cool down of 1.5 to 2 miles. Okay, this is essentially like VO2 max running. Okay, it's good hard running with good sufficient recovery, and it's all strength based because for middle distance runners. Saturday, long run of 8 miles. I tend to like a medium to a little bit longer long run, especially early in the season. It's good to have a good long run, even if you're a middle distance runner. It's just as important. Okay, you're building strength over an extended period of time, and the more consistent you build it, the more it's going to translate into good performance later on when you need it. Okay, off day on Sunday. There's an off day I plug in every other week as well. Okay, let's go to week 2, 5 to 6 miles, and strength and core on Monday. Tuesday, warm up, same 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides. 2 by 200 meter efforts again at tempo pace with a jog equal recovery, and then it'll be the same pace as your 3-mile tempo run. This helps you lock into the pace. It's good to do 1 or 2 200s prior to, if you're doing a tempo or threshold, to help you lock into the pace. That way you're not using a portion of your threshold workout or a portion of your tempo run to try to find the pace. You want to get the benefit of the entire workout. Okay, so that's why it's good to do a couple of shorter efforts at the pace that you're looking to lock into. Okay, then a 5-minute recovery after the 3-mile tempo run, and 4 by 200 meter efforts with a walk equal recovery. Cool down of 1.5 to 2 miles. Wednesday, 7 to 8 miles, easy rolling. Okay, 4 by 100 meter strides with a jog equal recovery, strength and core work. Thursday, a brisk 6 miles, 5 by 50 meter strides. Friday, 6 miles easy, and since it's early season, it's okay to run 6 miles a day before a race. Then Saturday, race day, warm up 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides, and you have your track meet, and you cool down at 1.5 to 2 miles. If you happen to be running multiple races, then you can essentially cool down about a half mile after your first race. Stay loose, stay warm, hydrate, and put some fluid in you depending on how much time you have in between. But you want to put something in your body, and then when you warm it up again, about a half mile or so will get you loosened up again, and then you do your series of plyometric drills and strides and so on. Okay, you don't have to do 2 miles every single time in between races. Okay, and then a cool down of 1.5 to 2. And then a 6-mile easy jog the day after a race to flush out the legs, especially early season from the race. It'll help you aid in your recovery moving forward, especially towards your next workout. Okay. Week 3, Monday, 5 to 6 miles, strength and core. Tuesday, warm up 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides, an 800 meter up tempo effort again. 5-minute active recovery. Okay. Then 6 by 60 meter uphill runs. Okay, doesn't have to be super steep. It could be a gradual uphill run. The focus is on leaning into the hill. Okay, bringing your knees up while staying on the ball of your feet. If you lean into your hill, but your body into the hill, but your body's still going to be upright. Pump those arms. Look for good form and good acceleration up the hill. You jog down nice and easy. My advice would be, if you're jogging down, to be perpendicular to the hill. So you also want to lean into the hill as you're jogging down, so that you're kind of perpendicular to the hill instead of leaning back, which can put stress on your Achilles and your lower back and so on. It's essentially trying to drive while your foot's also on the brake. It strains the joints in your ligaments, so be careful of that. Okay, leaning into the hill is just as important. And then 5 by 50 meters on the flat to get you back on flat running on the flats, fast running on the flats, with a walk equal recovery, then a cool down of 1.5 to 2 miles. All right. 7 to 8 miles easy and rolling on Wednesday, and then 3 by progression 150s. And what I mean by progression 150s, and I've said this in other videos, it's 50 float, 50 stride, 50 sprint. Each one progressively gets faster. It's a way of simulating changing gears at the end of a race, where accelerate, get faster and faster and faster, and then you walk back for your recovery. Thursday, 6 miles steady, strength and core. All right. Friday, 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides. 2 by 200 meter efforts at threshold. Now, threshold is going to be slightly faster than tempo pace. And then 4 by 1200 meter efforts with a 3-minute recovery. and then which will be at your VO2 max as well. You can even do one of these 200 to threshold, and then the second one at your VO2 max pace, so you get that pace drilled into your legs, or do both of them at VO2 max pace. It's completely up to you. And then 5 by 100 meters with a 1 minute recovery on the back end to get you turning over when you're already fatigued after doing VO2 max work. Then a cool down of 1.5 to 2 miles. 8 mile long run on Saturday, Sunday off day. Week 4, 5 to 6 miles, strength and core. Tuesday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up, drills and strides, 2 by 200 meter efforts at tempo again. And then another 3 mile tempo run with a 5 minute recovery. And now we're going to do 3 by 300s instead of 200s after the tempo. Okay? 3 by 300s with a 200 meter jog. But essentially at mile pace, and you progress downward. Okay? Cool down at 1.5 to 2 miles. Wednesday, 7 to 8 miles, easy rolling. 6 by 50 meter strides, and then strength and core. Thursday, a brisk 6 miles. Friday, 6 miles easy. A couple of relaxed strides, 30, 40, 50 meters is totally fine. Okay? Saturday, same thing, warm up 1.5 miles, 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides, your track meet. If you're running more than one race, then an abbreviated cool down and an abbreviated warm up in between the races. And then on the back end, 1.5 to 2 miles after your first race or your second race, however many races you run. And then 6 miles easy, shake out the legs on Sunday. Week 5, 5 to 6 miles in strength and core on Monday. Tuesday, warm up 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides. An 800 meter up-tempo effort again, then a 5 minute active recovery while your heart rate's already up, and then we're going to do 10 by 45 second uphill runs now with a jog equal recovery. The same emphasis going up the hills and going down the hills. And then 2 by 300 meter on the back end, and then 2 by 30 meter sprints and 2 by 60 meter sprints. So it's going to be 30, 30, 60, 60 with an walk equal recovery on the back end for pure speed turnover. And then cool down at 1.5 to 2 miles. 7 to 8 miles on Wednesday, nice and easy, but over rolling area if it's available. And 4 by 100 meter efforts with a jog equal recovery. Thursday, brisk 6 mile effort, strength and core. Friday, 1.5 mile to 2 mile warm up, drills and strides, and 2 by 200 meter efforts at threshold. Okay, and then 4 by 1,000 meter efforts with a 3 minute recovery. Okay, repeating what we did a couple weeks prior in the first week. But now we're adding a little bit more of an acceleratory effort on the back end. 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, and 200 meter effort. Every time you move up a distance, you add 2 seconds to the rep. Okay? And this is a great way. Let's say you start at 20 seconds for the 100, which is 80 second by 400 pace. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and then you at the 30 pace. So as it gets longer, it actually gets faster. It's a good way to develop speed and strength at the same time. Jog equal recovery. Like I said, add 2 seconds for every 20 meters you go up for every rep. Cool down to 1.5 to 2 miles. 9 mile long run, we increased it by a mile on Saturday, and then an off day on Sunday. Okay? So this is the first segment, first 5 weeks. All right? Now, let's take this down. Okay? Let's get up to week 6 through 10. All right? Week 6 through 10. And 6 miles on Monday, strength and core. It's no longer 5 to 6. It's 6 miles now. This is the middle phase, so it'll be the most intense and the most voluminous as well. Tuesday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up, drills and strides, 2 by 200 meter efforts at threshold. All right, let's slide this over a little bit. And then we're going to do threshold to interval pace, actually. So the first one could be a threshold, the second one could be an interval pace. And then 3 by 800 meter cut downs. Okay, so let's say your goal mile is 440. And that's an average of 220. You could do this a lot of ways. You could do 225, 220, 215 in increments of 5 seconds each. Or 222, 220, 218. Okay, which is broken down by 2 seconds. So 2 seconds slower than goal pace and then 2 seconds after. It really depends on where your fitness is at. And you can even move this as more of the strength-based runners. You can move it up to 4. And you do the middle 2 at goal pace. And then the first one a little slower, fourth one a little faster. Depends on the fitness of yourself and your athletes. That's completely up to you as a coach. All right? 2 minute recovery. If you need a little bit more, 2 minutes and 30 seconds is fine as well. Then 5 by 100 meter accelerations on the back end with a walk equal recovery. 1.5 to 2 mile cool down. All right? Slide this over a little bit here. Excuse me. There we go. Wednesday, 8 miles, easy rolling, core, and strength. Thursday, brisk 6 miles and 4 by progression 150s. Remember, 50 float, 50 stride, 50 sprint. Walk back to recovery. 5 miles easy on Friday, so we cut that back for a mile. And then the same thing, warm up 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides, track meet, 1 or 2 races or whatever you're doing or your athletes are doing. And on the back end, you're cooling down 1.5 to 2 miles. Long run, Sunday recovery run of 7 miles. Week 7, 6 miles on Monday, strength and core. All right. Tuesday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm up on Tuesday. Drills and strides and an 800 meter at threshold effort, which is the threshold pace. Then take a 5 to 6 minute active recovery, and then 5 to 6 by 400 meter efforts with a 4-minute recovery, fast. So slightly slower to 800 meter pace, which is faster than mile pace, down to sub 800 meter pace. All right, 4-minute recovery. These are just fast, hard, anaerobic workout. Cool down to 1.5 to 2 miles. All right. 8 miles easy and rolling on Wednesday, 6 by 50 meter strides just to flush out a little bit. Okay, and even on the back end here, if this pure lactic, you can even do a threshold effort of 800 meters on the back end to kind of flush out a little bit of that lactate in the legs. Okay, but it's completely up to you. Back to this. Thursday, 6 miles steady on Thursday, core and strength. Friday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up, drills and strides. 2 miles up tempo, okay, slightly slower than tempo pace. 6-minute active recovery while the heart rate's up, and then you're going to go 3 sets of 3 by 200 meters, all right, with 1 minute after each 200 meter effort and 5 minutes in between the sets, all right. You can do this a lot of ways. The first set could be at mile pace, second set could be at 800 pace, and the third set could be a little bit faster, but that's really completely up to you. But you want to ballpark it around the 800 meter pace, all right, a little slower to a little faster. Cool down at 1.5 to 2 miles. 9 miles on Saturday, off day Sunday. Week 8, 6 miles, strength and core on Monday. Tuesday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up on Tuesday. Drills and strides. 2 by 200 meter efforts with a jog equal recovery at threshold. And then you're going to do 4 by 1,000 meter efforts at threshold pace. Okay. Cruise work, so it's a non-invasive way of doing threshold training. And then 2 by 300 meter on the back end with a 1 minute recovery. And 2 by 100 meter after the 300s with a 30-second recovery. Okay, get you turning over with short recovery after the threshold work. Cool down to 1.5 to 2 miles. This is the point when the races are getting a little bit more intense, the competition is getting a little bit more, and the pressure is getting a little bit more increasing at this point. So, this is at the point where you're generally, if you haven't done it yet, you'll be qualifying for the more championship level races, which is why I infused a threshold workout on race week. In the middle of this season to kind of give the legs a little bit of a break. All right, 8 miles easy and rolling on Wednesday, strength and core. A brisk 6 miles on Thursday. If you need an easy 6 miles, it's fine too. And then 3 progression 150s on the back end with a jog equal recovery. 5 miles easy on Friday. Saturday, race day, 1.5 to 2 mile warm up, drills and strides. Your track meet, whatever events you run. Cool down at 1.5 to 2 miles. 7 miles on Sunday. Right. Week 9, 6 miles on Monday, strength and core. Tuesday, 1.5 to 2 miles, warm-up, drills and strides, an 800 meter at tempo effort, 5-minute active recovery, and then on the back end, 800, 600, 400, 300, 200, a really good milder workout with a 3-minute active recovery. The 800 is essentially a 3K pace, 600, close to mile pace you can get it, and this you work towards 800 meter pace and a little bit faster. 3-minute active recovery on each one. 1.5 to 2 mile cool down. Wednesday, 8 miles, easy rolling, 3 by 200 meters on the back end, just nice and steady, nice and nice and fluid. Just focus on good form and acceleration with a walk equal recovery. Thursday, a brisk 6 miles, strength and core. Friday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm up, drills and strides. 2 by 200 meter effort at threshold with a jog equal recovery, and then a 3 to 4 mile progression tempo run. All right, where each mile gets slightly faster, or you run the first mile at a pace, the middle 2 miles slightly faster, and then the 4th mile faster. It depends on whether you're doing 3 or 4. All right, and then on the back end, after a 4-minute active recovery, do a 50, a 100, a 150, a 200, and a 250 effort for turnover. Pure speed work, walk equal recovery, cool down to 1.5 to 2 miles. 10-mile long run on Saturday. And then an off day on Sunday. Now you tweak with the volume as however however you feel is most appropriate for yourself and your athletes. But I generally like to have somewhat of a decent long run in there and somewhat of another midweek steady run as well. Because the idea is to sustain over a year, not just a season. So we want to build up enough aerobic foundation throughout a particular season to help translate all year. All right. Week 10, Monday, 6 miles, strength and core. Tuesday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up, drills and strides like usual. 800 meters of threshold with a 5-minute active recovery. And then 2 sets of 3 by 300 this time. Okay. 90 seconds after the rep, 4 minutes in between the sets. This is generally a mile pace for the 300s for the first 2 sets. For the first set. The last set, or even if you do the last rep of each set closer to 800 meter pace, gives you a chance to vary the pace a little bit in the first 2 reps at mile pace. Okay. And then cool down to 1.5 to 2 miles. Wednesday, 8 miles, easy rolling, strength and core. Thursday, 6 miles, brisk pace, 3 by 50 meter strides. 4 miles easy on Friday. And on Saturday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up drills and strides, track meet competition. Cool down to 1.5 to 2 miles, 7-mile flush out run on Sunday. All right? So we've gotten a little bit more intense with certain workouts here in this phase. All right, so we're going to take this down and put down the last 5 weeks as you start to approach championship season. All right. Week 11, 6 miles on Monday, strength and core. That's a constant. Tuesday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up, drills and strides, an 800 meter effort at tempo with a 5-minute recovery, active recovery. Then 3 by 200, 2 by 300, 1 by 500, and then go back down, 2 by 300, 3 by 200, all with 90-second recovery. Work from 800 meter pace to mile pace for the 500 or a little bit faster, and then you work your way back down to 800 meter pace and faster. Cool down to 1.5 to 2 miles. Wednesday, 8 miles, easy rolling, and then 200, a 150, a 100, and a 50 for turnover the day after to flush out some of that junk in the legs. Jog equal recovery at 800 to 400 meter pace. Thursday, 6 miles, steady now, not brisk. Core and strength. Friday, warm-up 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides, 2 by 200 meter efforts at tempo, and then another 3-mile tempo. You'll see the progression in pace in the tempo run as you get fitter throughout the season. Okay, the pace of your runs and your workouts should get progressively faster, provided your fitness is indicative of it due to time trials and races. So they should tell you when you're ready to kind of move faster in your workouts and your runs. Okay. After the 3-mile tempo, 5-minute active recovery, then 4 by 200 meters with a jog equal recovery, cool down to 1.5 to 2. Long run on Saturday, 10 miles, Sunday off day. Week 12, we're almost at it. 6 miles Monday, strength and core. Tuesday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up drills and strides, 800 meters at threshold. Take a 5-minute active recovery, then we're going to repeat that 5 to 6 by 400 meter efforts from a couple of weeks prior with a 4-minute recovery. Let's see if you average a little bit faster now, maybe a second or 2 faster per 400. And recover well as well. Cool down with 1.5 to 2 miles. Wednesday, 8 miles, nice and easy and rolling, strength and core. 6 miles at a brisk pace, 5 by 100 meters with a jog equal recovery, easy 4 miles Friday. Saturday's competition day again, warm up 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides. Your race or races, cool down 1.5 to 2 miles. Sunday, 6 miles, flush out the legs. Week 13, 5 miles now. We're cutting Mondays back. 5 miles strength and core. Tuesday, warm up 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides. 2 by 200 meter efforts at threshold with jog equal recovery. Then we're going to do a force. Either you have 2 workout options. The first one's going to be a 400, 600, 400, 200, okay, with a 3-minute recovery, or an 800, 600, 400, 300 with a 3-minute recovery based on what you feel you need or your athletes need, okay? Either one are good race simulation workouts, and it's a good way to set you up for the following week's workout. And then cool down 1.5 to 2 mile. Okay, we're cutting Wednesday back now too. 7 miles, easy and rolling, last mile hard, okay, or brisk last mile. Thursday, 5 miles steady, 5 by 50 meter strides just for turnover purposes and strength and core. Friday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up, drills and strides. 2 by 200 meter efforts at threshold, the appropriate threshold pace, and then the 3-mile progression run. Each mile gets faster. Okay, and you can use your tempo pace as a guide. Could be slightly slower for the first mile, at tempo pace for the second mile, faster than tempo pace for the third mile, just as an idea. Okay, and then a 4-minute active recovery, and then 3 by progression 150s on the back end. Okay, with a jog equal recovery, cool down 1.5 to 2 miles. 8 miles on Saturday, Sunday off. Week 14, 2 weeks left. Championship season. 5 miles on Monday. Here's the day on Tuesday. 1.5 to 2 mile warm up. Drills and strides 2 by 200 meter at tempo pace, just to get the heart rate up and get the legs moving. And then we're going to do a 600 meter time trial and see where your fitness is and how ready you are for Championship 800 the following week. Okay. If you happen to be running a championship mile, then maybe a 1,200 meter time trial or a 1,000 meter time trial is most appropriate. It's completely up to you, but a 600 is ideal for an 800, about 10 days out or 12 days out. Okay, 8-minute active recovery, and then 4 by 200s on the back end with a 30-second recovery at your goal 800 pace or slightly faster. 1.5 to 2 miles. Cool down. 6 miles steady rolling on Wednesday, 5 by 50 meter strides to flush out the legs from the day before. Thursday, 5 miles easy core and strength. No, excuse me, that's Thursday. Friday, 1.5 to 2 mile warm-up. Drills and strides, 2 miles at threshold. Okay. Take a 5-minute active recovery, and then on the back end, 2 sets of 3 by 200 meters. Okay. Just pace work, pace work, pace work. A minute after each rep, and then 5 minutes in between the sets at goal 800 meter pace. Okay. Cool down 1.5 to 2 miles. 7 miles Saturday. Sunday you're off. Okay. And now we're at championship week. 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, warm-up of 1.5 to 2 miles, drills and strides, an 800-meter effort at threshold, okay? And then a 400-meter effort at your goal race pace after a 5-minute active recovery, just to drill that pace into the legs. Then take a 3-minute recovery, and then I'm going to do 3 by 200 meters with a 1-minute recovery at goal race pace or just slightly faster, okay? And then a cool down of 1.5 to 2 miles. Wednesday, 5 miles easy rolling and 3 by 150s. Just relax turnover work with a walk equal recovery. Thursday, 3 to 4 miles of easy jogging with a couple of strides if you feel it's appropriate. And then Friday and Saturday is generally championship or national championship, so racing here or racing there, depending on the schedule. And then an off day on Sunday. So that's the program. It's a 15-week training program. It's a guide it's a template that you can use as a guide, okay, and modify to make your own, into your own for yourself or for your athletes. Again, if you want additional workout options, take a look at my other videos in the description down below. If you enjoy more detailed training programs, fully detailed like this, please click the subscribe button, okay, and the bell next to it. So not only do you have access to the videos I put out already, but you'll know anytime I put out a new one if you click the notification next to the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, please click the thumbs up. And please share this with anybody you know who's into running, who's an athlete or a fan or a coach who you think might gain a benefit from any one of my videos. I really, really appreciate it. My goal is to continue sharing this with as many people in the running community as possible. I am, just as an FYI, I'm a 20-year former competitive athlete and a current coach. I'm a USATF certified track and field coach. I'm also a Wharton certified musculoskeletal and flexibility therapist. So my interests are not only helping people run fast, but keeping them healthy while they do it. Okay? And I have coached from the high school all the way through college, through post-collegiate levels now. And I focus right now on post-collegiate athletes. So I hope you find this content and this information valuable. And again, please click the like and the subscribe button if you haven't yet. I appreciate it very much. Have a happy new year, and I'll talk to you all next time.